Hello, everybody. My name is Jason, and I am here once again with another installment of my series where I'm interviewing local independent wrestlers to my region of the world, Wisconsin, to kind of get them to share their story and kind of their sacrifices, as well as just kind of get to know them a little bit better. The unsung heroes of the world of professional wrestling are often the people in the independent promotions, and today. I have Big Cat Chris Baugher of ACW Wrestling. He's also wrestled across the state and the Midwest, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, Chris, thank you for joining me.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Uh, so, the first question I usually like to ask everybody is, how long have you been wrestling, and was there a specific moment that got you interested in becoming a professional wrestler?
I've been doing this. I just passed my 10-year mark. Um, the one thing that kind of just pushed me into doing it was I was talking to Dylan Swoggle, whatever you want to call him. We were sitting at lunch one day and he was talking about opening his own school. And me and a buddy of mine, Randy Fitzsimmons, who's also an independent wrestler, were like, hey, where do we sign up? And he told us both that we would never make it a single day. So him and I both had a plan to go just do it for one day and quit just to prove him wrong. And here we are. We're 10 years later and we're still plugging away here at this thing.
So you guys were part of that initial inaugural class of trainees and when his promotion was, offering academies then?
Yep. A class. Me and Fitzsimmons are the two left wrestling. Yep.
Wow. That's impressive to say the least. So, what is it about wrestling that still keeps you going these days after 10 years?
I truthfully, man, like the fans are the best. I know it's cliche to say, but man, seeing a lot of these kids, especially like just really love this stuff. I mean, we are literal giants to some of these people, and it's just that's the stuff that keeps me motivated, keeps me coming back. And besides the fans, it's the camaraderie in the locker room, man. Like we're really, really close. I pretty much only work for ACW mostly right now, because I'm old. So I can only speak to the locker room that I'm in now, but it's a great group of dudes and girls, but that also definitely helps you become a better wrestler and helps you become stay motivated to stay there and keep your spot on the roster.
What would you say has been the most fond memory of your career so far?
Oh boy, most fond memory. I always like to go back to when Jay Cash and I were the Players Club and we won the tag team titles for the first time. Um, he made a big difference in what kind of wrestler I am and entertainer that I am, and sharing that moment with him in the middle of the ring was awesome. And I still to this day the cover picture on my Big Cat fan page is us coming out that entrance black and white because that's just something I'll always remember. I'll never forget that.
What influenced your wrestling style? I know over the years you probably have changed it a little bit to kind of, suit, age and time, but what kind of influences how you wrestle in the ring these days?
Yeah, age is a big one. Like I said, I'm getting up there in age, especially for wrestlers. Um, I come out to a song called "I'm Different" by Two Chains, and there's actually a reason behind it. Besides me really liking the song, is I didn't want to be your typical big dude that only does big dude moves. I've done dives outside of the ring, I've done dives off the apron, I've done top rope moves. And it's not a constant thing again because I am getting old, but that always resonates in my brain of, hey, let's try to do something different, or let's incorporate something like when we bring in a name, let's say like Mick Foley, for instance, he always did that barrel roll off the apron. So I wanted to do something to pay homage to him when he came, to ACW. So there's things like that that always kind of cross my mind that I always try to mix it up and, you know, keep it different a little bit.
So you pretty much achieved everything that there is to do in ACW, with the exception of the brand new introduced ACW 920 title. Is there anything else on your career bucket list that stands out for you right now at this point?
I would like to work in Canada once, which maybe sounds a little weird, but just to say I did it. As far as like people say you've done everything in ACW, and yes, as far as titles go, I guess, besides the 920 920 title, but I mean, I genuinely love watching the new students come up and when they make their debut, have subpar gear and then progress into getting some good gear, getting a good music, getting a good. I like watching that progression. So that's something that I'm really trying to incorporate in the back, into the locker room of, hey, maybe we should do this. Hey, maybe get, I genuinely like that. I watch old once in a while. I'll see my debut match or my debut, I should say. It wasn't a match, but the clowns came up. The Brothers of Construction came out and beat me up, and it's like I was in a pair of black basketball shorts and my first T-shirt. Now it's like I have actual gear and actual pads, and it's like I like to watch that progression. So I guess short story long, uh, that's something I'd like to accomplish with ACW too. Once I am down in the ring, is to stay around and help the company and help the wrestlers really progress into something that's beneficial to them going forward.
Yeah, it's an overlooked aspect, isn't it? The gear. Everybody thinks, you go, you just grab a pair of kick pads and an old, like a pair of boxing boots and you're done.
Right.
Um, what about ACW Water City Wrestling Con? I know you don't have a match there. Will you obviously be in attendance?
I'll be there. I have a match this Saturday at Beckett's. It's myself versus the investment hunter James, and the winner goes on to face Enzo Amore. So hopefully we will come out victorious on Saturday. If not, I don't know what is going on, but I'll be there. I mean, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's the best show in the whole state.
So, kind of backpedaling to some of the newer talent, is there anybody that's come into ACW that you've seen in, like, say, the last year and change that's really stood out to you as or has impressed you, or just in general you think is got a bright future ahead of them?
The first person that comes to mind when you say that is unfortunately Wyatt Boone. I think he's got a great character. I think he understands. He gets it. I guess he really gets it, and his character's great. And he's just I can see him doing a lot of things around the state and possibly further than that.
All right. So, is there is there something behind the name Big Cat? Is it just an homage to your cat that I see on your Facebook page? That you hold up like he's the world champion of your world, or
It all originated with, like I said, Randy Fitzsimmons. We started together. So our plan was for him to be Hick Dog and I was going to be Big Cat, and we were going to team up and we were going to be the Oshkosh Playas with a Z at the end. And that was our original plan, was to be a tag team, and that was going to be our name. So I just stuck with the Big Cat portion of it.
fair enough. So, hmm. So do you prefer tag team wrestling as a fan, or is it something that you just kind of or you prefer working solo these days?
Uh I hate it when people don't answer the questions and say, "Oh, either one." I mean, that's truthfully the answer is either one. It doesn't really matter to me. I just like being in the ring. But with that being said, I would probably say I enjoy tag wrestling a little bit more. Truthfully, I think, and again, it goes back to when Jay Cash and I tagged. I had such a good time, and not that I'm not anymore, because I am having a blast. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. But all the ideas that you can bounce off of three other people as opposed to one other person, and just that whole match coming together, it's just that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that process of it.
Absolutely. So, what do you do for fun when you're not working in the real world or in the ring?
Look, I work out pretty much every single day of my life. I know it's hard to tell sometimes, but I do hit the gym almost every day, at least 6 out of 7 days. I like playing video games. Obviously, I like hanging out with my girlfriend. We go see a lot of concerts. Um, my true love, if I could do one thing, if I could go back and do anything I wanted my entire life, I would play in the NBA because I just love playing basketball. I love just zoning out and going to shoot hoops, and I just I love it. It's my favorite thing to do in the world.
Is there any piece of advice that you've gotten in your time in wrestling that you'd like to pass on to anybody who is either a prospective wrestler or currently just like, say, getting their career started?
I'll never forget when I came out and the Brothers in Funstruction came out and beat me up. The one thing that I was told in the back was, you listen well. Just listen. You're going to get, sometimes you're going to come to the back. I mean, it just happened to myself and Salem Crane about, I want to say 6 or 8 months ago. We came to the back and we got absolutely reamed for something. And you just gotta, yes, sir, keep your head down. I'm sorry, we'll do better next time. And it doesn't stop your entire career. You know, nobody's perfect and you're gonna hear about it when you're not. So keep your head down, listen, and stay humble. Again, just remember, you are a giant in that ring to some of these people. You are a superstar. Again, to me, I'm just a regular dude that goes to work every day and I wrestle on the side and I love it, you know. But to some of the kids, fans, and I say especially kids because kids kind of resonate towards me because I'm such a fun, I'm like Santa, you know, the fat, funny, jolly guy. So it's like, especially the kids, you know, they really look up to us and just stay humble.
What would you say is the hardest and the easiest thing about preparing for matches now at this stage of your career?
The hardest thing for me is trying to remember what I'm supposed to do out there. You know, I am almost a nuisance, I think, sometimes to talk a match out with. Um, but I also chalk that up to being a perfectionist. You know, I don't want to go out there and make a fool of myself or make a fool out of the other person or somebody gets hurt because something goes wrong in the ring. That's probably the hardest part for me. The easiest part is, I think, and again, not to like pat myself on the back, but I find it very easy to entertain people. My character, if that's what you want to call it, is just me elevated to the nth degree. And that's easy to me. I mean, it's just, I'm just an obnoxious dude in the first place. So for me just to go out there and scream, yeah, and let's go and high five some kids and scream in people's ears and just give high fives, like that stuff's easy. I love doing it. It's just, it's that much more enjoyable because it's easy.
Notice you've got a lot of wrestling figures in the background I can respect. Do you have a favorite one?
Um, Whew. Do I have a favorite figure, huh? Oh boy, that's a good question. I have so many. I guess I'll go with, well, here, let's do this one. We'll go with my least favorite one. Swoggle. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you my favorite one. And this is going to be a little self satiating, but a buddy of mine,
Hey,
a buddy
there
of
you
mine
go.
gifted
Why
me
not?
a custom figure, and it means still means the world to me. I do have one other one. Is this one? This was the first gift that was given to me by some fans, and these are things, like I said, man, I will treasure this stuff for the rest of my life. Like, it sounds corny to say, but this stuff means the world to me, man. Like, to me, I'm just a regular dude, and I have the privilege to be able to go out there and entertain some people. And this is, I mean, this is the payback we get. It's awesome.
Thank you very much for sharing that. That is a very cool thing indeed. Is there anything that you'd like to promote here as we kind of wrap things up? Would you like to maybe shout out your social medias or if you've got t-shirts that you're looking to sell?
I don't sell my t-shirts online. You get them at ACW shows, or if I'm at an NOW show or wherever I'm at for that, you know, period of time, I don't sell them online.
Fair enough.
Um, as far as my socials, Instagram, Boggs, Baugs 112, or I do have a Big Cat Chris Baugher Facebook page that, you know, that's all my upcoming events and uh, anything else
Yeah.
that's going on in the wrestling world for me personally.
All right. Well, I think that will do it for this one. I'd like to thank Big Cat Chris Baugher for being a very charitable with his time and very insightful there. And I hope you guys all have a good one out there. Take care. And thank you again, Big Cat.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.